Hi, I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me today. Well, one of the biggest adjustments for many people when they retire is making the switch from saving to spending. For years and years, they've been putting money away for the future. So it's hard to accept that it's time to start taking that money out because the future has now arrived. One of the ways financial planners can help retired clients make this transition more comfortably is to help them decide on a reasonable withdrawal rate to answer that crucial question, how much can I take out of my portfolio every year? That rate needs to balance the need to have enough money to live comfortably and the need to make sure there's enough money for the rest of your life. This is one area of financial planning where pessimism is actually a virtue. If a financial advisor claims you can withdraw 8 or 10% or even more, that is a big red flag. For most people, rates that high are just simply not sustainable. A few planners are comfortable recommending a withdrawal rate of, say, 5 or 6% and have formulas to make that work. The more standard rate you hear is 4%, and very conservative planners like myself suggest you try and hold it to 3%. Over my years as a financial planner, I've come to realize the futility of anchoring, though, on a set withdrawal rate, whether it's 3, 4, 5, or whatever. This is a number that needs to be established based on each person's needs and circumstances. Because so many variables affect a safe withdrawal rate, planners need to keep up on the latest research and continually refine their thinking in this area. And every time we change a variable in the equation, say inflation or projected returns, mortality dates, it in turn affects the amount a person can withdraw. For example, we historically have used a cost of living estimate for Social Security of 3%. This was even with our long-term projected increase for the CPI, the Consumer Price Index. Now, with some of the current turmoil and lack of confidence that Congress will put Social Security on firm footing without some type of crisis, we've lowered our COLA expectations to 1% under the CPI or 2%. Of course, this affects the withdrawal rate we recommend to clients. Not a lot, but it does affect it. Most financial planners have some clients who withdraw significantly less than they could. These frugal types are extremely unlikely to run out of money before the end of their lives. They will almost certainly leave some money on the table. This is fine if they want to leave money to their heirs or a charity. The possible downside is they could have used some of that money to live more comfortably during their retirement years. At the other extreme are those who, for various reasons, take out the maximum that the planner recommends, or unfortunately a lot more. The higher the withdrawal rate, the lower the probability that they're going to have enough money to last as long as they live. Only the client themselves can decide whether the comfort level is at a 99% chance of having enough and then leaving money on the table, or a 95% chance, or even down to a 60 or 50% probability of having enough. Recently, I had someone put a 99% chance into perspective for me. I thought we were being very conservative at that. And she said, well, Rick, think of how many people every day would die if a plane had a 99% chance of landing. And that would mean 1 out of every 100 flights would crash. All of a sudden, I didn't think 99% was that conservative anymore. A projected withdrawal rate, then, is just that, a projection. It's an educated guess. Markets will change, economies change, unplanned events happen in life. All of those circumstances will affect portfolios and withdrawal rates. The best financial planners don't make unrealistic promises, but they are committed to assessing current information and making the best recommendations they can. They understand that finding the perfect balance Taking out enough to enjoy life to the fullest, but leaving enough so your money lasts your lifetime is more of an art than a science. Thanks for joining me.